Yo, what's up y'all? Today we're talking about graphics and Nintendo fans. For all you Nintendo fans who get defensive when talking about the graphical capabilities of Nintendo hardware. It feels like we're always a generation behind when it comes to graphical and computational horsepower. And so we say things like, graphics don't matter, or gameplay is the most important thing. I would say that the latter is true. Gameplay is the most important thing, but graphics probably do matter to you. You are just resisting the urge to be wowed by other consoles and PC's graphics. And you know what they say, whatever you resist persists. It's okay to like good graphics. Yes, I'm giving you permission. Doesn't mean you are betraying Nintendo by admiring the graphics of other games on other consoles or PCs. In fact, I have found that I appreciate Nintendo games more when I sample games from other companies and consoles, because I realize how much more fun Nintendo games can be. More of the development is spent on designing the gameplay rather than trying to make a game look as realistic as possible. At the extreme end of the Nintendo fan spectrum is the person who says that only gameplay is important and graphics are irrelevant. To that I ask, are you sure? Are you really being genuine? Graphics do matter to you. Otherwise you wouldn't have gotten a Nintendo Switch, because although it is only an incremental upgrade in image quality over the Wii U, it is an upgrade nonetheless. Besides, if graphics weren't important to you, you'd probably still be playing the NES or the N64. My point is to be honest with yourself. It is okay to appreciate good graphics. This is why people like big budget action movies, and they make a lot of money, whereas indie films make less money even though they are more critically acclaimed. A lot of Nintendo fans, myself included, have a hipster streak in them. Part of the reason we like Nintendo is because it's not as mainstream as Sony or Microsoft. It is not the macho blockbuster company that those two are. My point is that you can be a hipster as well as enjoy mainstream games as well. It does not have to be one or the other. You can be both. At the same time, you can be just one if that's your choice. Another point is that it is up to you. If you find yourself suffering because Nintendo Switch doesn't get all the games, if you find yourself envious of other versions of games because the Switch version looks the worst, you don't have to be in a position of powerlessness and be depressed. Here is how to cope with Switch not getting all the multi-platform games and getting the worst looking versions. Number 1, you can just ignore them. It is only human to get swept up in the hype of a recently released game. Wait for the hype to die down. If no one is streaming the game anymore or making YouTube videos about it, and you find yourself not caring about the games anymore, chances are good that you didn't really care about it in the first place. You were just swept up in the hype and you just wanted to be part of the conversation. You wanted to know what all the hype was about. If, however, after the hype has died down, you still want to play it, then it might be a game that you might actually want to play. Number 2, if you have the means, then buy the non-Nintendo game you are desiring so much. One of two things may happen. 1, either your mind will be expanded and be open to new worlds of games, new developers, and new genres, or 2, you will come to appreciate Nintendo games more. You will realize that beyond the shiny graphics of other AAA blockbuster games, they are not that much fun. This is something I have come to realize. A new AAA blockbuster game comes out. It looks awesome. It looks so realistic, but the gameplay is just not fun. There are too many tutorials, too many cutscenes, too many things on the user interface that it takes away from the immersion of the game. It's ironic how a game that looks like a Miyazaki film, Breath of the Wild, feels more immersive and realistic than a realistic looking game like Far Cry or Assassin's Creed. I also want to remind people that Nintendo may jump back into the race for power any time in the future, because it has happened before. Many people who grew up with the Wii think that Nintendo has always shunned the horsepower race over gameplay innovation, but that is not true. When the NES came out, it was a leap forward over other home consoles at the time. When the Super NES came out, although it had a slow CPU, it was advanced in other areas. The Nintendo 64 was superior to the PlayStation in many ways, although inferior in many ways as well. The GameCube was also superior to the PlayStation 2 in many ways as well. When the remake of Resident Evil first came out for the GameCube, it blew my mind. It looked better than any game out there, even PC. It still looks damn good on a CRT TV. My point is not that you should hope that the next Nintendo system is a powerhouse. My point is that you should not ever dismiss the notion that Nintendo will make a powerful home console again. It is possible, if they want to. For many years now, Nintendo has just not wanted to go that route again, because the last time they created a powerful home console, the GameCube, it didn't sell as well as they had hoped. Thank you for joining me on another video. I hope you learned that it's okay to like good graphics, and it's okay to hit that like button. Have a great day.